What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So with this one, it looks like Call of Duty has faced so much negative feedback that it's actually starting to impact the player base, the craziest drops that we've ever seen in the actual player account itself, and a couple of reasons for that. So if you do find the video informative or helpful at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But basically, continue on from yesterday's video, Call of Duty has just made a massive mess. Obviously, the devs are now on their holiday break. From what it's looking like, the final update already went live and they did give us the patch notes, and unfortunately it did not fix some of the biggest problems that we have in the game. And as a result, from all these different problems, people are just not able to continuously play the game. They're not having fun anymore, and as a result, that has dropped off the player base by such a massive number that it's now looking exactly like it did with Modern Warfare 2022. But before we get into that, I want to remind you that tomorrow we'll be picking a bundle giveaway winner. So if you want a chance to win, all you got to do is comment down below your Activision ID and which operator bundle that you want, and I'll have the next winner in that video. Also, consider hitting that like button if you want me to continue doing these, but let's go ahead and jump into it. So there was a very big issue, especially in Warzone, where players, or I should say cheaters, were able to use wonder weapons from zombies. That's right, wonder weapons from zombies in multiplayer as well as in Warzone. Now, let me just go ahead and show you an example. So you can see a photo here of him holding one of the wonder weapons in the pregame lobby for Warzone, actually searching for a match. So he has this weapon in his loadout. And then the craziest part is there was actually people running around seeing these people eliminate them with the ray gun. So I'm just going to throw in a couple of clips so you can see this, but these are all recent clips. Like, they did not happen too long ago. This Twitter post was posted on December 18th, so less than a week ago, we ended up seeing some of this crazy stuff being added. Now, the thing is, Call of Duty mentioned in their final update that they did patch some weapons that you're not able to use. A quick word from our sponsor, Mitch Cactus. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you unlock the Black Ops 6 Mastery camos, such as Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula. Right now, they're also running a huge Christmas promotion of up to 70% off all orders. They don't use unlock tools or mods, so you know it's 100% legitimate, and they have over 10,000 verified reviews on Trustpilot. You can use code TRIDZO for a 5% discount. The link will be down in the description. Another leaker, he went ahead and said there was a nice patch, but he's already bypassed it and maybe make a better one next time. And then he showed himself using the Beam Smasher in Area 99. So he's in the pregame lobby ready to use it. And they're having so much fun doing these things that they're actually using Pack-a-Punch camos in Warzone. Now, I know through an event, Call of Duty did add the ray gun to Warzone, but it was actually a little bit more balanced. This one is just a straight one-shot elimination type of weapon, and it's absolutely broken. So it's just the fact that they're also using it with hacks and cheats and mods and unlock tools. And the fact is that they're even running around in multiplayer from a different clip that you can see here. Same exact date that they posted that on December 18th. So it's a little bit crazy how people are able to do that. Now, yesterday we talked about how the anti-cheat is not working, and instead of the cheaters getting banned, they can actually ban the regular players who play the game. So if you want to check that video out and all the details, I'll have it linked down in the description. But to add on top of this, another reason for why players are actually not playing the game anymore. So this is what Charlie Intel posted, just to summarize everything. Ranked play in Call of Duty. Hackers that can shut down servers, hackers that can spam report, players with cheats in every single game, unbalanced perks, and then mandatory crossplay. And Activision says some updates may be in Season 2 or 3, which is still 35 days away. And the craziest part is some of you may think, oh, I don't really play ranked, it's not going to impact me. But a lot of these cheaters have to get 50 wins in casual games before they can even access ranked, and they're always consistently making new accounts. So you're probably going to end up dealing with some of them sooner or later when they are trying to get these wins. Now, with these, this is not just impacting the regular players. You have pros actually quitting and COD content creators. So for example, Swag, he says, can't even play the game I love because hackers are ending the lobbies and it's holiday break. You then also have TKO, who's a content creator. These knives only. If Call of Duty doesn't fix their matchmaking, this may be the first year I take significant time off of posting COD. In my lobbies, I have never been in a full team or enemy team and nobody joins up. Also, when anyone leaves, the spots never fill. It becomes impossible to record content. And then you can't forget Nadeshot. He already made the video where he quit and he hasn't played the game since then. He's been playing like Marvel Rivals and other type of pro games, playing ranked on those. Now, they're not the only ones that quit, because as you see here from this tweet from Charlie Intel, they posted saying Call of Duty on Steam has seen an over 32% drop in players since the Black Ops 6 launch in late October. The average peak has gone down from over 160,000 60,000 players to less than 100,000 on Steam. Call of Duty is the #2 most played game on PS5 and Xbox Series, behind Fortnite. Now, obviously, these are Steam numbers, but they directly correspond to Battle.net, PlayStation, Xbox, and the other different platforms that are available, just because of how everything impacts everyone. Crossplay is on, and so if one person has to deal with cheaters, everyone is going to have to deal with them. But this is just a look at the chart, and you can see that 32% is a massive decline. The thing is, we're still not done with the month yet, so we have almost half of January up until that Squid Game update goes live, and until then, the player base is going to continue to decline. You also have Christmas tomorrow. Many people are probably going to get themselves some new games, some new consoles, and try out different games and probably stop playing Call of Duty, so that may further drop that. And even Nero Cinema, he says 1/3 of all Call of Duty players are leaving the game in the past month is pretty wild work. Maybe Activision will finally get the hint. I know this is Steam only, but we're talking trends here. Something like this on Steam will have a parallel effect on Battle.net, Microsoft, Xbox, as well as PlayStation. And then he also posted the same exact one. Now, the thing is, comparing it to what happened over the last couple of years, with last year's MW3 update, we didn't have a decline in players like we did this year because Sledgehammer was actually on top of things. They were doing updates consistently. Anytime there was a problem, they got together with creators, they figured out solutions, and they solved these problems. They had events that would be updated on a weekly basis, bringing in some really good rewards like animated camos, free operators for everyone, not just Black Cell owners, and they just had a lot of things going on. Now, Modern Warfare 2 was a different story. That one was, it had such a big decline in players that once the devs came back from their break, they literally had an emergency meeting with creators to figure out what the heck was going on, why no one was playing the game anymore, what issues, and they wanted pretty much feedback to see what changes they wanted added and implemented into the game. And let's just say that they got pretty desperate to try and fix all the issues that people consistently complained about for months that they were ignoring, to try and get that player base back. And basically throughout the rest of MW2's life cycle, they were trying to cater and bring that back, but they didn't really implement everything because despite all that, they never really listened. And then in MW3, every single change that we asked for in Modern Warfare 2 was actually added then, and that's what made MW3 so much more popular. Now, the fact is, let's compare the numbers between the two worst years that we've seen so far. So this year with Black Ops 6, the game has been down from the month of December, the last 30 days, minus 32.6% are no longer playing the game over the last 30 days. So 102,000 players, and we're now at an average of 107,430. Now, when you take a look at Modern Warfare 2's numbers, because it's at minus 45,000 players with minus 20%. So it went from 223,000 players in the month of November, now all the way down to 178,000. Now, obviously, once again, you got to remember this is on Steam. Black Ops 6 overall has a lot more players than what you're seeing. Maybe here at the time, MW2 had more players on Steam, but you got to remember now with the Xbox Game Pass, the Microsoft PC, there's a lot more players on other platforms, but at the same exact time, when you just compare these two, because overall they're going to impact the trends of all the other platforms, you're seeing here that Black Ops 6 is also losing around the same amount that Modern Warfare 2 did back then. Now, if you played MW2 back then, you understand that we had around 3 months of a drought. Like, it went from the Season 1 update, we ended up getting reloaded, and that ended up getting extended, I believe, 2 or 3 different times, and within that time period, there was really no events, no playlist updates, nothing going on, and that was the main reason. And on top of that, obviously, Warzone was buggy, it had major issues, the quality of life was like the worst that we ever saw it. And the fact is, Black Ops 6, it has better content involved, it has a lot more events than what we saw with MW2. I think a lot of the quality of life changes that we got with Black Ops 6, the Omni movement, they're way better than what we saw with MW2, but what's holding it back, the anti-cheat system is the worst that it's ever been. There's people just running around hacking and doing whatever they please and whatever they feel like. The shadow ban system is ruining people's experience. There's also major different glitches and bugs that they're not really addressing and fixing. Now, I'm trying to be hopeful here and assume that they are going to update the game and fix everything this upcoming January, because if they don't, when you take a look at what happened with Modern Warfare 2, it actually got worse after December. So we talked about how the player base dropped by over 20% in the month of December. They lost 45,000, right? Well, look at January. They lost 75,400 players, and the player base dropped another 42%, basically dropping the players from 178 all the way down to 100,000. So even when the new year started, we thought maybe it would get better when they got back in offices and actually pushed out some decent updates, but they came back and didn't do anything at all. And that's what we're really praying doesn't happen with Black Ops 6, because they've already sort of hinted that we're going to get some updates in January with Squid Games and the massive event that they're going to do there. So I'm praying that this does not happen and they don't go in the same exact route that Modern Warfare 2 did, or Black Ops 6 can go from being one of the best Call of Duty titles with the best numbers that they've ever released to the worst numbers in literally the span of a couple of months. And with things like these solved, it definitely will make this a really good Call of Duty. It'll keep it at an all-time high like we did with the launch of the game before the hackers updated all their softwares and started ruining the game for everyone. But what are your thoughts and opinions based on what you've experienced so far? Have you ran into hackers yourself? Have you had any major issues that have made you leave the game? Have you been taking breaks from it? Did you play something else? Have you been on something else? Are you waiting for the next update? What's going on with you? But that's all that I got for you guys in this one. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys found the video informative. I'm going to try to cover some good news for you guys in the next video, but that's it. It's been your boy Chidzo. I'll see you guys again. Peace.